ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. So good evening, students. We are going to start the session maybe in next 5 minutes. Let's wait for others to join. 50% of the students have joined. 50% I guess will join in some time. Yesterday there were 300 plus. Today I'm expecting at least 250 plus. So let's wait for some time and then we'll start. Okay, so now let's start. So yesterday there was a question asked, I guess. What is the meaning of public, static, and all the keywords? So basically, when you are writing any Java program, Java has 4 OOPS concept: inheritance, encapsulation, polymorphism, and abstraction. And it has 4 access modifiers: public, private, protected, and default. If you don't write anything in the beginning, that's default. If you write public, means it is accessible in your entire project. Private means the variables and methods are accessible only in the same class file. And protected means it is available in the default package, in the package that you are working, and in other packages using inheritance. We are not going to cover a lot of Java today, or maybe in the sessions to come. We'll be focusing more on DSA with Java. So I guess for Java, if you are aware of it, well and fine. If you're not aware of it, I would request you all to put your queries in the feedback form. So if needed, maybe we can plan for a Java session later on, because most of you are from Java background. Few of you are not from Java background. So for them, of course, it's going to be a bit of challenge. I do understand if you're coming from CPP or Python, but most of the coding we will be doing using the normal code only, like your pseudocode. So it will not be a big challenge. Only the syntax things are there, because in Python you use indentation, and in Java you have strict curly braces and semicolons. So we'll be following that. So now let me share my screen with you. Fine, I believe the screen is visible, and let's open Eclipse and let's try to start today's day with some more exciting things. Are you all ready? Can I get some answers in chat box? Yes, no, or you want me to wait for again 2-3 minutes for your friends to join? Are you all ready? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Where are my progresses? That Imani, I am not the right person to answer that. Okay. Maybe you can do the WhatsApp to that number. Fine. So now let's wait for Eclipse to open. And quickly we'll see what all we have covered yesterday. And then today we'll start with something else. Okay, fine. Samia says ready. So Eclipse is a bit heavy, so it will take some time to load, but then don't worry. We'll have this one ready. Okay, Prasad. Yeah, let's wait for Eclipse to open. Are you all aware about what is the Fizzbuzz challenge? It basically uses if else only. So are you aware of what is Fizzbuzz? It's a popular coding exam interview question. Fizzbuzz, have you heard this? What it is? Okay, Prasad says no. Fine. Yeah, Harshita is telling yes. Yeah, no. Okay, fine. So basically, Fizzbuzz is something that is asked in programming questions wherein you need to see if your number, first you need to have a understanding of loop. You will use a for loop or a while loop. You will be using a for loop to go from one number to another number in range, maybe from 1 to 50. And then if that particular number is divisible by 3, you print fizz. If it's divisible by 5, you print buzz. If it's divisible by both 3 and 5, you put fizz buzz. That's how you go with fizz buzz. Okay. Let's see on internet what is the meaning of fizz buzz. Okay. Of course, most of you don't know. So let's see Fizzbuzz, what it is. We'll be coding Fizzbuzz. And first you will try, okay, Fizzbuzz. See, Fizzbuzz is a common programming interview task and word game where you count from 1 to 100. Okay, we'll be doing 1 to 50. Replacing numbers divisible by 3 with Fizz, 5 with Buzz, and numbers divisible by both 5, 15 with Fizzbuzz. So basically, if it's divisible by 3 and 5, so 15, 30, 45, they are all Fizzbuzz. Again, I'll show you on Notepad and I would expect you to code it. If you're able to do, well and fine. If you're not able to do, of course, we'll do it together. All the questions that I gave, first I'll ask you to code it. If you're able to do, well and fine. If you're not able to do, of course, we'll do it together. Again, I would ask you all to code along with me if you are not able to code on your own. Because the more you code, the more you will learn. Very simple. So let me open Notepad. Again, we'll put it in code also. So basically, first, what you need to do is, it's a 3-part challenge. First, you need to print from 1 to 50 using loop. It can be for loop, while loop. I'd go with for loop. Then, if number is divisible by 3, you should not see 1, 2, 3, you should see fuzz. If divisible by 5, you should see buzz and not 5. So, if divisible by 3 and 5, both, you should see in the output fizz buzz. Maybe I'll put fizz buzz capital. So you understand that this is a different thing. So the expected output. Yeah, fine, Ridhima. Good. Ridhima is putting code also. One by one, Ridhima. Like, try to code it. Of course, we'll do it together. So initially, first your answer, since I'm doing it in one same line, you will see 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like this, you should have answer. And then the final answer would be 1, 2, phase, 4, buzz, phase, 7, 8, phase, buzz. Only for 15, 30, and 45. These 3 numbers you will have phase buzz. So first, let's focus only on this part. I want you to code something in Java that will print from 1 to 50. Is the question understood? Forget about the rest of the things. Don't put this thing in your mind. Just go with this thing. Will you be able to print 1 to 50? Yeah, of course, Rijima has given the code also. Very good. But I want you to code if possible. Okay, even Imani has given the code. Yeah, please do it. Please print. Okay, Vicky, if you are new to Java, no worries. 1 to 50. Even if you are new, no problem. Welcome. We can do it. I'm pretty sure. Only consistency is needed. Okay, I gave you 1 minute of time. If you are able to do well and fine. If not, we'll do it together. Again, we'll come to the notepad and see what we want and what is the answer. Correct, Pritima? Okay. Yes, boss. I got the code also. Good. Fine. So now those who are new here, let's do it together. Okay. I was doing practice, so I have all the codes open. Before the class, even I do practice so that there is no issue in the class. So here we come, Byte Excel DSA, and then today is our second day. So I'll be making a new package here. Yeah, Anaya Gupta. Okay, Anaya has also given code. Okay, so now let's make a new package. Let's name it day 2. And in this, let's make a class. New class. And the class would be fizzbuzz. Fine. With the main method in it. We have the class ready. Fine. Our target here is first, for those who are new, please see, loop is something if you want to do again and again one thing, we don't do it manually, we ask computer to do it. So for int I is equals to 1, I is less than 51, initializing a variable I plus plus, and then system.out.print. I don't want in like vertical fashion, I want it in horizontal way. So it should be in one line. So we should get 1 to 50 in one line. Let's try to see. Even if we go wrong, it's fine. But I guess we won't. Okay. And I guess this is some other code running. I want this code to run. Why like that? 1 minute. There's a main method here. It's here. Control S, save. So you run as Java application. Yeah, we get the answer here in the console, but I want it at the bottom. So maybe we are getting the answer here. Here you can see it's printing from 1 to 50. It is printing. Okay, let me reset the perspective. Maybe Windows perspective, reset perspective, right? So now I guess when I run, it should show me at the bottom. I want it at the bottom. Yeah, we get it 1 to 50. Okay. So part 1 is done. Fine. So now here we come. And then what was the second question for it? So if the number is divisible by 3, we need to show fizz. So now here we come, and maybe I'll use inside this an if statement. So if I mod is for remainder mod 3 means if you divide by 3 and if the number is 0, then you print the fizz statement. Just F5 was it fizz. Now the answer will not be correct. You will see 1, 2, 3 fizz. We don't want it. We get 3 also, we get 6 also. This is not what we want. So we will remove this statement for now. Comment this one, but then you will see fizz, 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 fizz all the time. Fizz, 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 fizz. This is also not correct. We don't want this also. So either you print fizz or you print the I with a space. If I don't put a space, it will be all together. So see, we get a space in the beginning. So we get 1, 2 fizz. Okay. Space at the end, I guess. That would be correct. Yeah. So we get 1, 2 fizz, 4, 5 fizz. So part 1 is completed. For link, I guess you need to ask ma'am only. I guess same link that you joined. Same link. Or you can ask ma'am, you have the WhatsApp number, you can tell the ma'am. Okay, Oppo. CPH2695. Yeah. Now, maybe you can ask the technical team. I am not the correct person to solve your this query. Yeah, with the coding related, of course, I can solve it. So now we are getting, then what we need to do is, we don't want this 5 also, we want buzz here. 10 also should be buzz. And 15 is coming phase. We want 15 to be phase buzz here, if you see. 15 is coming phase here. We want phase buzz here. So else if, so then we put I mod 5. If this is equals to 0, then you print something. Else you print this. Fine. So now what we need to do is, we need to tell, if this is not the scenario, then of course there is this scenario, then you print bus. So now you should not see 5, you should not see 10. Of course 15 is not there, but then of course you should not see 20. Right now you are seeing 20, I guess, if you move here. Here you see 20, you should not see it. When we run this code again, the output is not visible. Is the screen visible to everyone? Is output visible? Okay, fine. Okay, fine, fine. Okay, no issues, fine. So you should not see this elements, like you should not see, you are seeing 20, you should not see it, you are seeing 10, you should not see it. So you should see buzz instead. Let's see. And it says there is an error. Okay, this is an extra thing. Let's remove it. Syntax errors are common, not an issue. Yeah, see, you get buzz. 5 is not visible. 10 is, of course, it is visible. So 1 minute. So there is not, okay. We need to put this one inside this, sorry. Yeah, then you print I. So Control A, Control I, it will format the code. Control A plus Control I will format the code. We should not see 10, we should not see 5. Right now we are seeing it. See, we don't see now. 5 is not visible, buzz is coming. 10 is not visible, buzz is coming. 15, since it's divisible by 3, it is showing 5 like phase here. 20 will not be there, it will show buzz. Yeah, it sees buzz. So phase and buzz both are working, but now if I come here and tell else if again, one more. Now there is something we need to watch out here. I mod 3 equals to 0 and I mod 5. Please pay attention here, because the next question which I'll give you, there will be a task on the basis of this, what I am teaching right now. Phase buzz. Those who are expert, for them, not a deal, but those who are beginners, please pay attention here. Else, there's a problem with this code. Now what I want is, if the number is divisible by 3 and 5, you should see fizz buzz. So basically 15 should be fizz buzz, but it will not work. See, 15 is showing fizz only. It's not showing fizz buzz in capital. Because first it's checking if it's divisible by 3. So it is not going here. So what we need to do here is, we need to cut this statement, put it here, replace this one with fizz buzz here, and write fizz here. So now I believe the code is correct. So now if it is divisible by 3 and divisible by 5, then you should see FizzBuzz. Order is also very important. Now here if you see, this code should be working now. So now let's run and see we get 1, 2, okay. Fair enough. We get 3 also and fizz also. This is not okay. I plus fizz we don't want. We want only fizz. Okay, that's if I said I, it's printing 6 also. We don't want. So we'll remove it. So 1, 2 fizz, 4 base, 7, 8, 9. So for 15, I've intentionally kept fizz bus. You can see it's in capital. Again, for 30, you will see fizz bus capital. Yeah, see. Again, for 45, you should see fizz bus capital. Here it is, fizz bus capital. So is this question understood? Is this clear to everyone? See, those who are coding along with me, I would request you all to code. It's quite easy to search it on internet and get the answer, but then that will not build your logic. I'm not at all doubting you. Don't feel bad if you think that I'm telling you are using some external resources. No. But then, of course, many of us are beginners. So I'll be going at the beginner level speed, wherein you get the best out of this course. So no, I'm not in any hurry to solve 20 questions, 15 questions per day. Even if you are able to solve 5, 6, but honestly, believe me, that will develop your logic. And of course, as sir said yesterday, if you are doing things continuously, you will get a very good understanding. So now let's move to the next question. Anyone any doubts in this question? Anyone any doubts in this question? Fizzbuzz. So now question number second here is also very simple. But then for those who have done coding, those who have not done, of course, we'll do it together. So we are given two variables. It's called swap variables. Swap two variables. First, we'll do without using third variable. And then, of course, we'll use third variable. For now, the space complexity is nothing. But then, of course, just it will give you an idea of we are taking an extra space in the second scenario. So A will be 10 initially. B will be 20. You are not allowed to use any third variable. And what you need to do is you need to write some logic here. Whatever logic you write, that is up to you. Just addition, subtraction, that is nothing else here. It should have A should be 20, B should be 10. Okay. So I have two variables without using third variable. This is the question. So I'll initialize the question here. I'll write it for you. New class, and I'll write swap variables. Okay, with the main method. Yeah, fine. Here we are. And I'll tell int A is equals to 10. Int B is equals to 20. And here let's print it. A, okay. Before, okay, I should write B capital, I guess. Before swap A is plus A, fine. Similarly, I'll write the same thing. Before swap B is plus B. So now, if you see, it says before swap A is 10, before swap B is 20. I want A to be 20 and B to be 10. There are just 3 lines of code, but what it is, you need to think and write. Yeah, I guess students have already given answer, good. But then others, those who are doing it for the first time, take your time, think about it, don't see in the chat box, and try to do it. Yes, of course, you are free to use any thing that you want. I am just concerned with the answer. Take your time. I give you 2 minutes, then we'll start solving it. Okay, so now let's build the logic for it. So here if I write A is equals to A plus B. Of course, the answer would be 30 here. And let's print it and see. Of course, a semicolon is needed. Those who are doing it for the first time, please pay attention also and see also. After swap, A is plus A. After swap, B is plus B. Okay. So now here we come and see, we see after swap A is 30. And let's maybe have a line here so that it looks good. It's not at all necessary, but it looks good, nothing else. So see here we have after swap A is 30, B is 20. We don't want it. So if I come here into B is equals to A minus B. So what I'm doing here is I'm doing 30 minus 20 equals to 10. So B should be 10 now. A should be 30, but B should be 10. Until here, is it clear, everyone? Now I want you to understand the logics. That's it, nothing else. So now we get B is 10. And what we want, A to be 20. So here if I come in, A is equals to A minus B. So we have 30 minus 10. So this one should be 20. So A should become 20, B should become 10. It is correct. And see, it works. So anyone, any doubts in this? Yeah, Jay. So Jay is asking to please repeat. See, Jay, it's pretty much simple, dear. If you see, A was 10, B was 20. We printed it here. Then we wrote just 3 lines of logic, and this is the comment. A is already 10, B is already 20. So A is equals to A plus B. So A becomes 30 here. At line number 1, it is 30. If I comment these 2 lines here, comment means put a double slantings. So see, A is 30 here. Then we uncomment this line. So now A should be 30, but B should become 20. Now this B is 20, it should become 10. See, it's 10. So now again, here A is 30, but B is 10. We want A to be 20, B to be 10 after swap. So we come here and again do the same thing. And then when I run this, see, we get before swap A is 10, after swap A is 20, before swap B is 20, before, after swap B is 10. Any doubts, Jay? Basic logic is simple, sir. Plus, minus, addition, subtraction, that's it. Nothing else. Simple maths, nothing else. Because once we understand the syntax, the core functionalities, then it would be really easy for us to go with the harder topics. Right now, if we start tree and graph, believe me, few of you will only understand. So now this is without any space complexity. There is no space complexity at basic level. Space means extra usage of memory. We are not using any extra usage of memory here. Fine. So now in the next question that we'll do the same thing, but with a temporary variable, we'll be having some sort of space complexity, but at higher level, computer is very fast. So that will not affect our output result. Neither it will have any uh, issues or errors, but you will understand what space complexity and time complexity is. A basic space complexity version first. Swap using variable. I should write temporary variable. Temporary means it will not have a very big value. Temporary value. So again, you need to have a is equals to 10. I need to put integer first. My bad. Data type. Jivita, I would request you to see like the yesterday's session. So you will get an idea because okay, fine. I haven't responded this course in communication. Thank you. So Saili, you can get in touch with the madam. Her number is there already on the brochure link. So here you are entering basic space complexity, basic one. Why? Because see, you are using a temporary variable as well. You need to again do the same thing. Okay. We'll come here and tell before swap A is plus A. Now we are not using any logic, but we are transferring it. For example, you have three buckets. One is having water, one is having milk, one is having empty bucket. So first you need to put water into milk, milk into empty, and empty into water, something like that. Basic, simple thing. But here you are using extra space in your computer. So basics of space complexity. Of course, there is going to be more to it, but fine. So how can you do it? Now we have a temporary variable. We have LMS. Of course, you can see the LMS also. So now if you see Umme Kulsum has given the answer also. Temp is equals to A is equals to B is equals to temp. Okay, copy her answer only. Control C copy. Paste it here and then after logic. A is, I'm intentionally writing something different so that we come to know, okay, the previous code and this code is different. And we don't need this. So see, after logic A is 20, before swap A is 10, after logic A is 20, before swap B is 20, after logic B is 10. So now there is a question. Okay, sir, so I don't have ma'am's contact. Can you please share it with me? So here you see, okay, 1 minute. Sheetal ma'am's number, 1 minute. I'll share it with you. This is the number. If anyone is, I guess the brochure also that was shared yesterday has the same number. So anyone is having any doubts, you can contact for these things to ma'am. Okay. So basically here, if you see, we are using extra space, and this we did not have any space extra. What we did is we had only two variables. We did some mathematical operations, but here we are using an extra space. Is this understood? What is space complexity when they tell space complexity? Space complexity is this understood? Space complexity. Of course, it is basic. When we go ahead, we'll see more of this. Here we are using extra space. We are using one more variable. Computer is taking one more bit. Here there is no extra variable use. AB, again AB is only there. There is no space complexity here. Fine. So now let's move ahead with something else. What is even number and odd number? Hope you all understand. The number that is divisible by 2 is even. It is not divisible by 2 is odd. Fine. Even number, odd number. So let's go to the notepad again. The reason why I'm asking you to write even number, odd number, for loop, if else, because once you are well aware with this concept, believe me, DSA looks very interesting. Even numbers from maybe are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. These are your even numbers. And odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay. So I want you to print even numbers and odd numbers. Maybe till 10 only. Because if you are able to print till 10, you can print till 1000 also. The screen is in front of you. I want you to print even numbers and odd numbers. You can use any logic. I have my own way of doing it. You can have your own way of doing it. Print even number and odd numbers from 1 to 10. Correct. So I want you to write logic for numbers that are even and odd. Yeah. Okay, Neha has done it. Good. Let's wait for others. Okay, Sheikh Bibi Aisha also done. Ridhima has also done. Good. Let's wait for others maybe for 2 minutes. Then we'll go with our way. And of course, there is no correct way or wrong way. If you get the answer, you are able to understand the answer. It's correct. Simple. Himanshu Singh, perfect. He has also done it. new class even odd with the main method. Fine, so I'll be writing it for beginner friendly way. Those who are not able to do it, I'm very happy many of the students are doing it, but then of course there are some who are having some issues and it's fine. There's nothing like, okay, if I don't know, I'll never know. Of course you do, then you come to know. So I'll initialize a variable called int max is equals to 10. Chat. Fine. So let's take a for loop. For int I is equals to 1, I is less than max, I plus plus. Since I have taken max, it's 10 already. Right? I need to put less than equals to, so 10 also gets printed. System.out.println I plus. So it should print 1 to 10. And see it does. So here if I come and tell on print line even nums, then it will print even nums and then 1 to 10. This is not what we want. This is something that is not at all accepted. Of course, as a beginner, if you do mistake, that is completely fine. So now here we come and we put a if statement. Inside this, when we put it, and then when we see, we get even nums 1, even num. We are getting 1 to 10 only because we have not written any if condition here. And again, there is a semicolon as well, the statement that's terminating. So we'll try to fix this and we will maybe write if I mod 2. If I divide by 2, if that's equals to 0, then you print the number. Even nums. No, this is also not what we want. So now let's go the answer way. I'll not confuse for those who are not able to do. I just wanted to show that if you are not able to do, you get similar outputs. So let's try to get the output done. Right? First we print here only. Even nums. And then we write if statement for int I is equals to 0, I is less than. And here we write if I mod 2, if it is equals to 0. And now when we see the result, see we get even nums and maybe I need to put a colon here. So we get even nums 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is just the events. Kirtana, I don't know Telugu, sorry dear. So now we get even numbers for sure. So this is my if statement and this is my for loop. So after the for loop, I'll come. The moment you double click, you will get an idea. If is still here, for loop is still here. So after this for loop, I'll write something else. Slash n means on new line. Odd nums. Now odd numbers, I want it here. So I'll write if I mod 2 is not equals to 0, you print I plus. But then the fact is this one is outside. So this is your if statement and this is your for loop. So we need to put this statement here inside, outside the if, but inside this. So let me just check is the syntax. Yeah, if it's here, not equals to 0, fine. 1 minute. Oh, print ln is used. See, mistakes happen. And again, there is a mistake. And what is the mistake? Let's see. Odd numbers want to know. Thus, there is something wrong with the code. Let's check it. What is wrong? Fine. So maybe here if I close this one and then again if I take a for loop, I is equals to 1, I is less than max, I plus plus. No, 1 minute. There is something wrong with the code here. So we can write even nums inside the loop. Package fine. Direct using loop for if else statements fine. Okay. So there can be multiple approaches for it. Okay, let me first get the answer here. Then of course we'll see the multiple approaches for sure. Even nums are coming perfect. Okay, even is coming perfect. So even is here. Or is coming here, fine. So this is here, okay. And then if we run it, fine. It's telling odd number 1, odd number 3. Where am I using? Okay, I'm using print also and slash n also. Maybe for that reason. Yeah, odd numbers. But why is it coming odd numbers again and again? Okay, it's inside the for loop. Let's put it out. Yeah, odd nums. And then slash n. Yeah, 1357. So now, so odd number should be also. Yeah, of course. Yes, Krishna. See, as humans, I do, of course, we all do make mistakes. So now, so if, or maybe here we can come and tell else. Now we are going with the other way, okay? Now we don't need this. So until where do I need to comment? Let me check. Maybe until here I need to comment. Else, fine. But then this one will not print odd numbers in this way. That is a problem. If I do it this way, no, this is the correct approach, of course. I believe this one is better than that. It's understandable and it prints the output correct. Is there any other better way in your mind, students? Can this code be better? If you have it, please share it. Of course, you can be better than me, and I would love to see if you are better than me. Of course, we are just printing 1 to 10. Here we can have any number of our choice. That is not a big deal. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, yeah. I is odd, I is even. Yeah, of course, this one. Yeah, we are using I mod 2. Again, it's even and odd. Okay, let's take your code also here. Yeah, we can use break, but then when we use break, we are in the Switch case, then we use break. Mohammad Nihal. Usually in the switch case, we have break. Exactly, we need to use too low. Okay, by applying not equals to. What if we start the loop? Yeah, we can start from 0 also, but then of course, okay, let's start from 0. If you want I is equals to 0, 0 will not get printed. Okay, somebody asked me, okay, let's start 0, okay? Not an issue. So 0 will be in the events. Since you asked for it, okay, if you put 0, 0 will be in the event. But by 0 equals to 0. You have nothing, you give nothing, you get nothing. So that is the scenario here. Okay, so now feel free to make mistake. It's fine. Once you make mistakes, then only you will learn. Nobody has ever learned without making mistakes. So now, are you all aware of string methods, students? String methods. Fine. So if you are not aware, first we'll go with the string methods because the next question that we are going to do is reversing a string. So please say even once after then odd. So here we have even. If it is mod means reminder. See what happens is reminder is something, for example, yeah, which is 1 minute. Let me see. If is getting here, this one is getting executed here, fine. Oh, SYSO. Fine. So if I do phi divide by, fine. Phi divide by, okay, let's take a bigger number. 15 divided by 4. So 4 threes are 12. So you should get answer as 3. Or maybe I should put 14 so that there is less confusion. So you should get answer here as 3. Okay, here you are getting 3 answer, correct? Maybe to stop the confusion, I'll create a line here. So we get a 3 as answer, correct? But then if I did 15 modulus 4, means 4 threes are 12, 13, 14. So you should get the answer here as 2. Mod means reminder. See, we get 2. Again, if I put 15 here, so 4 threes are 12, 13, 14, 15. So reminder would be 3 here. If I put here 16, since I'm using modulus, the reminder would be 0. You will see 0 here. And 16 divided by 4. So you get 4 answer here. You should see 4 here. Now is it understood what is the difference between mod? Exactly, Dishna. But then everybody is not from programming background, I guess. There are some MBA students as well. So if they have doubts, that is fine. Don't need to use max variable. And again, space complexity. Yeah, of course, Abdul, like space and time complexity, we'll discuss it in greater details because there are some management students and of course, everybody is welcome. So if they don't know what is time complexity, what is space complexity, what is divide, what is reminder, of course, as management students, they don't know it, it's fine. Like as engineering students, we don't know how management concepts like what are like 5 P's of purchase and what is project management, what is agile methodology, we don't know it because we are from other domain. So it's completely fine. If we don't know something, that is okay. So now let's see the string methods like before we move ahead, because next question that we are going to do after this is how to reverse a string in Java. But for that, we need to know some string methods as well. Students, am I audible to everyone? Am I audible? Okay, Abdul, thank you. Okay, thank you, fine. So now There are many string methods. We'll be covering just a few, okay? As and when we start with the course, of course, we go deep, we'll see more things. Fine, okay. So now, here we see some string methods in Java. So basically, string is immutable, means you cannot change anything. The original string remains the same. But then you can have new methods. So again, string and arrays are very important things. First, we'll go with the string, right? So if I have, you need to have a data type. String S1 is equals to college. When we print original string is college, right? So now we can store it in another variable also, but right now we'll be not doing it. S1 dot to uppercase. So now this one will print all the string in capitals. Let's have C capital, fine. S1 dot to lowercase. Now this one will make everything lowercase. Now I have a space here and here. So now here you see when I print it, there is space coming here. Spaces are coming here. S1 dot trim. Trim method is used to remove extra spaces. See, extra spaces are removed. Arrays are zero index. So maybe if I come here at S1 dot char at, char means individual character. Char at 0, this one should print nothing because there is nothing at 0 space. It's not printing anything here, you see. Just to show you. Hello. So here you will not see anything after this line and you will see a hello after this. See. At 0 there is nothing. At 1 there is nothing. At 2 there is nothing. Maybe at 3 if I write, it's going to be college. See. Oh, sorry. So now let's remove extra spaces so that there is no confusion. So now COL. At 3 we have L. See L. If I do here 2 CO. 1 minute. Yeah. 0 index, 1 index, 2 index. Yeah. Second index, sorry. So, length starts from 1, but index starts from 0. So 0, 1, oh sorry. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I put a 4 here or maybe 5 here, you should see G. G at the output. Because index starts with 0 and length starts with 1. So now there are some more operations we can do. For example, if I want to have EGE extracted, how will we do it? I just want to print EGE. Exactly, substring. Fine. S1 dot substring. From where to where we want? Maybe we want from 4 till 7. Let's try to see. If I try to print, we get EGE. We can replace it also with AGE. So there are some string methods. Hope you understand this. So now few of the string methods are done, I believe. Of course, there are many, but we are done with just few. So now let's try to do it. How can we reverse a string in Java? Reverse a string. So basically we have string OG is equals to welcome. And then I want the answer as EMOCLEW. I want the answer like this. EG, okay. Ganga is asking a question. Ganga, because see, we have 0 index C, 1 index, 2 index, 3 index. So 4, 5, 6. So it includes the first and excludes the last. If I put your 6 here, so you will just see EG here. Like there are some programming rules, EG. So it includes the first one and excludes the last one. So 4, 5, and 6 are included in this when I take 4 to 7. So we get EGE. Okay, hope you understood. Welcome. So now we want to reverse a string in Java. Yeah, Krishna has said it, fine. Let's wait for 2 minutes. You can try it and then we'll do it together. Abdul has also done it. Good. For those of you who are doing it, of course, I'll also be doing it in the same way, but then this one, immutable string. Those who already know how to do it, those who don't know, for them, beginner friendly, what Abdullah has shared, that is very good. What Himanshu had said. But Abdullah and Himanshu, since you know it, see how to convert string in char array and do it. For smaller strings, it is fine, but for larger string operations, this is immutable string and it will have some issues. It's going to take more of your time because you are checking each and every alphabet and doing it. So those who don't know, of course, this is beginner friendly. Go with beginner friendly way. But those of you know it, please do it using the optimized version. So first, anything in Java, if you want to have a reverse version, first we need to store it in some variables. So string reverse is equals to a empty string, nothing here inside this. Right. So now here if I print it, original string is plus OG. Right? So original string is welcome. So we get it. Now we want some way in which we can reverse it. So we'll be using a for loop for sure for it. So for int I is equals to, and now I'll not be using 0 or 1, OG dot length. Now again question would be what is length? Since those who are from non-Java background, see I have college 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fine. So if I come here and tell, again those who are not from programming background, for them this is their, what is the name? S1 was the name of my string and then length. So now this one should print the length and see it's 7. Why it's 7? Because 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0 to 6 is the index and length starts with 1. So it is 7. College book. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it should be 11 now. See, it's 11. If I put here car. So now what happens is the car, you will see 3. Oh, fine. Okay. We get an exception. Fine. Because we are trying to print something 5. So string index out of bound exception. Okay, your substring is also an issue. So we get 3. If I try to print a hero, now this one is having 4 alphabets. So the length is 4. So hope you got an idea what is length. It checks from 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever is the length. So here we have for I is equals to OG dot length. And here we need to do -1. Okay, let's not do -1 and see. We'll not do -1. I is greater than 0. Here also we need to do greater than or equals to 0. But let's not do it for those who are doing it for the first time. And I minus minus. So we are doing I is equals to OG dot length. I is greater than 0. I minus minus. And then here we try to print I and let's see what happens. See, it's giving us 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We don't know what it is. We don't know. But if I come in and tell char at I, show me individual characters at I. OG dot char at I. What are the characters at I of the original? So here we get string index out of bound because string starts with 1 index and array starts with 0. So we need to do length -1. So this error should go, hopefully. See, we get we get EMOCLE. So if I do greater than equals to 0, I should see a W also here. If I don't use greater than equals to 0, I will not see W. See, we get W also here. There's a common question asked by freshers that why are we using this thing? So exactly, if we don't use greater than equals to 0, if we use just greater than 0, we'll skip the first character here. And if I don't use -1, since our index starts with 0, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and length starts with 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So index out of bound error will come. String index out of bounds. So we need to do length -1. We are calling it, but then -1. So it's greater than equals to 0. Fine. So now what we need to do is, this we are already understood what it is. Let's comment it. You can keep it for your reference. So I'll come and tell reverse is equals to reverse plus OG dot character I. And then outside the loop, I'll print the reverse is plus reverse. So see, we get welcome. And instead of writing this way, reverse, we can come and tell reverse plus equals to. So this is how we reverse a string in Java. Hope those who are doing it for the first time, it's clear. So now we'll see how we can take input from the user in Java. Java has a lot inbuilt things. One of them is a scanner. So basically, you have a scanner class that is inbuilt in Java, and you need to specify the data type. Exactly. So we need to import that. It's in JRE, Java Runtime Environment. We work on JVM. So new, because again in DSA, we might have to take input from the user when we are doing some questions, or maybe there can be some scenarios. So it's better to know Java scanner class. So input from user. So I'll just take name and age from the user, nothing else. Again, you can do practice. So first we'll ask, what is your name? Just name and age, right? So this one should print in the console, what is your name? Yeah, it prints. Here I cannot type anything here, you can see. So here we come. Classes are always in capital. So here I need to create a reference variable in an object. Now this scanner is not imported. The moment you keep your mouse here or you press Ctrl Shift O, it will import automatically. We'll do it the beginner friendly way, okay? The moment you keep your mouse here, it will automatically ask you what you want to do. Go with the first option. Import java.util.scanner. Again, let me show you what I did. Just keep your mouse here. Make sure scanner S is capital. It's case sensitive. So import java.util.scanner. It will do automatically. And from where do we want the input? We want from system. So we tell system.in. So now this SS reference variable has everything that your scanner can give you. It has integers, it has reference for your numbers and many more things. So here if I come and tell ss.next. Now there is a difference between next and next line, fine? So I'm writing it and then I'm putting string my name is equals ss.next, right? And then concatenation my name is plus my name. This my name here denotes this name, right? So it says, what is your name? Here I can type something, Moin, and it says my name is Moin. But there is a small glitch here. If I use next, I can take only one word. If I use next line, I can take more than one word. See, my name is Moin. For example, full name is Moin Hassan Fatah. See, it does not print full name. What is your name? Raj Kumar Singh, for example. It just prints Raj. So here we come and we can tell next line. Next line means it will take no matter how many lines you have. What is your name? Ajay Devgan. Okay. So see, now it prints the entire name. There's a difference between next and next line. So going with the next line is better if you have more than one word as input. And then it is asking you, how old are you? Fine. So for that, we need to store it in integer value. Int my age is equals to ss dot next int. Fine. I am plus my age. So now name is demo123. Fine. Age is 41. I'm 41 years old. And here you see you get a warning. It says that resource leak SS is never closed. So after you take input from the users, it's a good practice to close your resource so that there is no memory leakage, bugs are not invited. Now, here you see it's gone. If I run it again, it's gone. See, demo done, 25. So hope you got an idea of how you can take input from the user in Java. If you are doing it, do along with me. If you are not doing it, you can take a photocopy of this and then try it. Of course, for the first time, it may look it's hard, but believe me, once you get the habit of doing it, it's easy. It comes automatically. Anyone, any doubts? If we don't close, that is fine, Piyush. But then if we don't close this one, there is a memory leakage issue. Here you see we get an error. Not error, a warning. Resource leak SS is never closed. Maybe you can have bugs in your code, memory leakage can be there. You can have some sort of cyber attacks also if you are having some very uh, conscious code here written. So it's a good practice. Attendance, yeah. Attendance will be at 8:30, I believe. Oppo 15 Pro. 8:30, ma'am will share the link for attendance. Yeah. Next int and next line. Fine. Next line is used to take a string value. Next int is there. It's there in Java already. See, if I put SS means this reference variable. And whatever it has, the inbuilt things it will show you. Next float. Float is basically floating point value. Next double is a bigger floating point value. To string will convert your numbers to string. Notify will notify you. It will give a pop-up. So inbuilt things are there. Very long inbuilt. Next next is a Boolean value. When you're reading a file, you use this thing. IO exception is the input output. So we are not here into the very details of Java. Just how to take input from user. You should have a knowledge of it. So I'm sharing this code with you. Yes, Ganga. Here you can take instead of SS, you can take maybe Ganga also. But then here, if you are referencing Ganga, you need to tell Ganga here. Again, here, if you are telling, you need to tell Ganga. And here you need to close that. And now again the code word fine. It is just a reference variable. Okay, Ridhima, java.util.star and java.util.scanner has two different meanings. Star means if you have done MySQL, select all. For example, you go for a class on Sunday. If there is an extra class, there is only maths class. So either you can take only your mathematics notebook and textbook, or you can take all subject books. What would you like to do? Exactly. So that's the reason we have java.util.scanner. If you do star, you will have all the things imported. You'll have scanner, IO, reference, input, variables, inbuilt classes, exceptions, everything imported. So maybe here, if I do star, I'm not really sure, but then of course it takes 300 MB memory, for example. And when I use just scanner, it may take only 20 MB memory. So I don't want all the things, so I'll just use scanner. That's the reason we put scanner here by default. So now, since we have done this also, now what is the prime number? Anyone any idea what is the prime number? Exactly. Numbers divisible by 1 and itself. Vinith, I have no idea about the attendance, dear. Like, I cannot tell you anything related to the attendance, sorry. So basically, now I want you to write the code. Scanner class is also done. Print all the prime numbers from one, sorry, one not. One is neither prime, neither even, it's a natural number. So I want you to print all the numbers that are prime from 2 to 50. For example, 2 is prime, 3 is prime, 5 is prime, 7 is prime, 11 is prime, 17 is prime, and rest all I don't know, maybe 34, no, 34 is not prime, 37 is prime. 29 is also prime, I guess. Now I don't remember all the numbers. But then I want you to print all the prime numbers that are from 1 to 50. Write the code for it. Whatever is in your mind, try to execute the code. Print all the prime numbers. First, have you understood what is prime number? Any doubts in prime number? Fine. So try to write the code. Even if you go wrong, that is fine, but at least try to do it. Here you will understand maybe Boolean also. What is Boolean? I'll be using a Boolean variable. Boolean has only two values. It can be either true or false. Boolean is a data type in programming language. Fine, so I give you time, maybe 4 minutes to write the code for prime number. Then we'll do it together. The attendance link is shared with all of you. You can fill up the attendance as well. And then, of course, we'll see the logic for prime numbers as well. Prime and even numbers are different. Even number, odd numbers, they are different. Odd is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17. But prime numbers are not the same as odd numbers. So now let's try to see how can we do it. Okay. Now I'm having my own approach. You can have your own approach. That is fine. New class, and I'll tell prime numbers. Fine. Yes. Anyone any doubts? If you have doubt, please you can ask it in the chat box. So basically we are going for prime number from 1 to 50. So first I'll run a loop for int I is equals to maybe 2 because 1 is not included in this. I is less than 51. I plus plus. And since there is no main method here, it's telling error. So we need to have it main method because main method is like the entry point. All code that is there in main method that will only run. So we have main method here and let's put this code in main method. Fine. Now it is fine. There was some syntax issue. Right. So now we should see 1 to 50 printed in our console. Yeah. 2 to 50. So of course we started from 2. Yeah. This one is printing. It's fine. And what is so we have 2 to 50 printed here, but we want to print only the prime numbers. So we'll come here and tell Boolean is prime. Initially, all numbers will be prime. Okay. So now if I come here and print it, the same line, this Boolean has nothing, no value. This one prints all the lines, fine. Sorry, all the numbers, not lines. But then we'll run one more loop inside and we'll tell for int p is equals to 2, p is less than I, that is 51, 50, p plus plus, and then we'll tell if I mod p, reminder, if it is 0, at that time what you do, you tell is prime, here you make it false. Initially everything is true, but then we made it false. And then if it is prime, if only prime numbers are there, then only you print the numbers. Control A, Control I. And now let's see, I guess we should get only prime numbers. Yeah, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. We get only prime numbers. Earlier we were getting all the numbers. What we said is, earlier we said the prime number is true. And then we said that if I mod p is equals to 0, is prime is false. If the number gets divided by the number, we are running 2 loops, then it's false. So if it is prime, if not is prime, if I tell, then we'll get the reverse set of numbers, 4, 6, 8, 9. Hope you understand this. What is the meaning of exclamation? Exclamation means not. But we are telling is prime. If it is prime, then just show me the prime numbers. So anyone any doubts in this? If there are any doubts, please feel free to ask, or else we'll go with the next question. Is prime basically it's just a variable I'm taking. If I take any variable like xyz also, that is also fine. Then again I'll have to tell xyz here also. And again I'll have to tell xyz here also. It's just a variable here. It can be anything. But it's better to have is prime as a variable so that we come to know naming conventions. Nothing else. It's going to be Boolean, either true or false, nothing else. Boolean means it's a data type. Like you can have int, you can have float, you can have double. In the same way, you can have Boolean. So now, what is a Fibonacci series? Anyone, any idea? Again, it is a interview question. What is Fibonacci series? You're free to use internet to see what is Fibonacci series. I just want some answers in chat box if possible. Okay, Krishna is telling every number is sum of previous two. Correct, perfect. Ashok, chat is disabled. Okay, at personal you can chat, not an issue. I'll try to read your chats at personal. I'll put the chats here. You can answer it in personal. It's a series of numbers that we get by adding previous two numbers. So we always start with 0 and 1 in this. That is the rule. Exactly. So just to show you the output, what it will look like. So basically you start with 0, 1, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 5 is 13, for example. This is Fibonacci series. You start with 0 and 1, and then you add two numbers, get the third number. Add two numbers, get the third number. Yeah. So I want you to write the code for Fibonacci series. Write the code for. Hope you understood what is the question. Take your time, think about it, how you can make the logic for it. But one request, don't go with the AI. Try to think and then write it. Because if you put just a prompt, in 1 minute you'll get answer. But you will not understand it. And we are here for understanding. Again, Sushmita ma'am has sent the attendance link. Those who are asking, it's there in the chat box. Yeah. What can be the solution for Fibonacci series? Okay, let's try to code it and see. Fibonacci series, I believe everyone is understood. Everyone has understood what it is. So now we all have our own ways of doing it. I'll put one solution in front of you. Maybe you can see if that looks simpler one, or maybe you can have your own version. Fibonacci. So first we will initialize it. We'll tell that we want to go till maximum of 10 numbers. Fine. So 0 and 1 will be our first number, then 8 numbers. So we'll need some variables. So int first would be my 0 for sure, always. Second would be my 1. And then next, I don't know what it will be because it will come with the addition of first and second. So I'll keep one error in this code and I want you to solve this for me. For int I is equals to 0, initialize it with 0. I is less than num. Okay, it's less than 10 and we'll increment the I. And here we'll write the code. Fine. So I'll come in and tell my next would be second plus first. So my next would be second plus first. So 0 plus 1 will be my next. And my first would be second. So my first number would be my second number. So 0 becomes 1, 1 becomes 1 plus 1, whatever is there. And second becomes next. So now, since I'm keeping an error here, what I'll do is, inside the for loop only, instead of out, I'll put error. Right? And I'll write first plus space. And maybe I want it in the same line. So now the output will be there for sure. It's in the red because I have written error. If I write out, this one would not be the red one. It would be the normal black one. But there's an error in this code. What is the error? What is the error in this code first? Tell me. And then how can we fix it? Yeah, exactly. Krishna Agarwal said it very correct. See, this is the answer that he gave, and that is correct. Even if I don't get 55, that is fine. Or maybe I can put it 11 here because computer is working, I'm not working. So it will give the next number. It's okay if I get till 55, or else I can increase the number here. That is not a big deal. But then it should start with 0, 1. And how do we fix this error now? How to fix this? Okay, class B, public static void main, fine. Okay, arg Fibonacci is equals to 1 point. I'm checking Piyush's code. I is less than equals to Fibonacci I plus plus. Okay, dear. Like I said, we all can have our own ways of doing it. Print at, okay, Krishna is giving answer. What about others? Print line must be written. Okay. Print line must write first 4. Fine. Okay, so now you have come and I've got some answers in the chat box. Others, can I have some answers? What is your approach to it? So what if I write this line here? See, right now the answer that we are getting is 1, 1. We don't want it. What is the answer that we were expecting? It was this one, 0, 1, 2. And again, this. So here, if I print it and instead of error, let's first print error and then we'll see. Okay, it's working fine. So I can put it here out. System.out.println. So again, of course, if we write 12 here, we get until 12th number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So of course, 0 and 1 are already there. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and of course, 10th. So we are getting till here. Less than, we are telling equals. So if we put, then of course, we'll get the 10th number as well. If I put less than, of course, it will go till 10 numbers only. Less than equals to means it will go till 11 numbers. So any doubts, anyone? So there is one assignment for you. And of course, then we'll go through all the codes that we did. And then we are going to wrap up the session. The assignment for you is you need to write the code for reversing a number logic. We did already reverse a string. Reversing a number is different. Okay. Don't use the same method. Numbers and string are different. So you need to write the code for reverse a number. This one is your assignment. For example, if the number is 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, the answer should be 87521. You need to use the modulus operation. Is the assignment clear, everyone? You need to write this code for yourself, and tomorrow maybe we'll go through this code. But then, of course, this is your assignment. Of course, tomorrow we'll be going with this part. What Abdul is asked. What about big O notation, time and space complexity? Since Abdul, there are many students who are from MBA background. I don't want to jump here. Okay, assignment, repeat. Okay, Aryan, the assignment is you need to reverse a number. You can see in the chat box. In the chat box, it's given here. Reverse a number. This is the question. This is the answer. You need to write the logic to reverse a number. Is it understood? Yeah, of course. You need to use modules. Nishit is writing something. So, of course, you need to reverse a number. That's it. But code, you need to think and then you need to write. You need to use modulus operation and you need to use some other operations as well. Maybe multiplication of a number. Fine. So, is the assignment understood? Anyone any doubts in assignment? Reverse a number is an assignment. For example, question is given 1, 2, 5, 7, 8. Answer would be, of course, 87521. Okay, fine. So now let's go through. No, sir, we understood. Fine. Okay, fine. So now let's go through all the things that we did today. And then, of course, we are going to wrap up the session. Hope you have filled the attendance form. And of course, we don't need to attendance already. Siddharthi already attendance shared. Please check the chat box. So we need first swapping variables. Here there was no space complexity. We just tried to enter the basic of it. Of course, we'll see time complexity into greater details, maybe in coming sessions, if possible tomorrow or day after tomorrow, how to calculate time complexity, big O notation, everything. Then of course, we saw here, we did the same code, but we had to take one extra variable. So more space was needed to solve this question than the previous version. Then we saw even and odd, of course. Here, what was modulus and what was remainder. Though for those who are not from tech background, for them it was just the hint. No, Krishna, unfortunately, collection framework will not be a part of this. Because if we do collection framework, it's going to take at least 2 to 3 days. 6 hours are needed. And it's going to be very time consuming. So then DSA will be left behind. Then we saw some string methods as well. What are the string methods that we can do? So of course, there are many more string methods. I would request you all to go through string methods and try to explore yourself. The moment you write S1 dot, S1 means we are denoting our string. So here you see we have all the string methods. We can replace it, split it with the help of anything. And of course, to char array, we can convert it to character. Substring we did uppercase, lowercase, trim, weight. This we use for multi-threading. Of course, notify all, last index, first index, all these things are there. What is it, the first index? What is it, the last index? Contains, concat, char, code points, many things are there. Even to be very honest, I have not covered everything myself also. But whatever I need for project, of course, I go to documentation, I do some Google search, and of course, I'll find out the solution. Regular expression, replace first, replace all, replace last, matches, lines, length of course is easy one, but then there are many things. If the moment you write the string, whatever is our string is S1. So if I come in and do S1 dot, it will show you everything that it has to offer. Depending upon the need of your project, if you start doing this, 2 hours will go only in this. I'm telling you very honest. And I don't want to invest a lot of time into this. Then we saw how to reverse a string. Of course, we got the length -1 and then greater than equals to 0. We saw what happens when we don't use greater than equals to 0, we miss the last character. If we don't use -1, of course, we get index out of bound error. Then how do we take input from the user? Again, you need to practice this. How we can take, of course, here I have written a reference variable. You can use anything, and then you need to close it. Don't use a keyword. Don't use if else, something like that. It's not a good practice. And I guess there are some chats. They should attendance already shared here. Yeah, Fibonacci, I will explain once. Don't worry. So now prime numbers, we saw if a number is divisible by itself or 1, then it's a prime number. So we went through it. First, we printed all the numbers. We said they all are true. And then if the number is divided by the other number, we took an array, of course, not an array, but then a for loop. And then we checked the other for loop. Then we said false. And then whatever numbers were prime, we printed it. And the last question was Fibonacci series. And you want to know it. And that will do it. No, you don't need to submit the assignment, of course. You just need to do it and show. If it's there in your LMS, please submit it. If LMS has an option, if it is having, do it. If it's not having, no need to do. Tomorrow we'll again do it in the class. Of course, we need to come here and see it. Okay, now for Fibonacci series. Fibonacci series is a series that is generated by adding two numbers. So here what we did is, we said that we want till fine. So now I believe there was some network lag. So we were here. So here we said that the second would be first, and then second, the next would be second plus first. First would be second, and second would be next. The same way that we did swap variables. So in that way, we achieved it. So now, here when we run, we get it, Fibonacci series. So hope there are no doubts. So if there are no doubts, we can wind up the session. Thank you everyone for joining. Please make sure you do the assignment and we'll meet tomorrow again. Thank you everyone. Thank you everyone. We can end the session. Thanks. You need to again restart the Eclipse. That's it, nothing else. It will show you the interface, Ganeshan. If I close this one again, you will have this at the left. The moment you get stuck, Windows, perspective, reset perspective. And of course, in this, like for example, I am here into Byte Excel. So here, if I show you, see Byte Excel, DSA. Open this one. Yesterday, what we did this file yesterday. You can see day one. So that's how you do it. Okay. Thank you, everyone. See you all tomorrow. Sushmita
Yeah,
ma'am,
thank you, sir. Yeah,
yeah,
yes, sir. We can wind up. Thank you so much.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you all. Thank you for joining.